pleased to announce that the winner of the 2011 Western Australian Marie Claire Young Business Women's Award is Juliet Sperber.
Whoa. Crazy times, isn't it? First of all, thank you so much for this. It really is an honour, and with all the finalists in the room here, I'm so proud to be in your company. Thank you. POAGS is the leading supplier of bulk and general cargo stevedoring services in Australia. We operate in all capital city ports and 24 regional ports. In addition to stevedoring, POAGS provides cargo storage solutions, bulk materials handling, cargo distribution, and the management of multi-user port infrastructure. We are a part of the Qube Logistics group of companies, and as Southern Regional Manager, I'm responsible for the southern ports in Western Australia from Geraldton down. Certainly when I started at 17, when I went to sea, I ran away to sea for a living, it was a bit of an odd choice. And I certainly didn't have a clue about what I was getting myself into. I thought, great, I didn't want a 9-to-5 job, go to sea, see the world. But as they do say, you don't see the world, you see the sea. And I saw a lot of water. I had a few bad jobs to start with. When you're a cadet and 17, first job was peeling potatoes for the cook. And I got to graduate up to chipping lots of rust. And eventually got to grease whatever moved and paint anything that didn't move on board the ship. There were never any light jobs for women at sea. You've got to muck in with the rest of the boys, and a lot of the times I think I ended up with the grubby jobs because I was a woman, and they do try and test you out to see if you've got the right stuff. Gradually, though, the jobs got better as I progressed, and I ended up managing to hold navigational watches on board oil tankers, sailing vessels all over the world, which was really a fantastic experience. I was told on many occasions that I was at sea that I shouldn't be at sea. People would come up and say, you shouldn't be here, you should be at home. Or, things like, what do you think you're going to do when we've got to pick up the heavy stuff? Well, I didn't really care about picking up the heavy stuff. That was for other people to do. But I managed to do all the other jobs pretty well. Changing perception of seafarers was a pretty tough job, but it was challenging and very rewarding. And it definitely made me stronger. And then when I started out in stevedoring, I'd had enough of going to sea for a living at the ripe old age of 24 and decided to embark on a stevedoring career. It was just after the 1998 Patrick's dispute. And I have to say that the environment that I went into was quite a hostile environment. There was a lot of us and them between workforce and management still there. And that was quite challenging. And again, I got challenged with, the employees saying, what would she know about ships? I'm not taking orders from her, she's a chick. Let's see if we can break her. A lot of them would try and go out of their way to actually see if they could, break you down. And as I said last night in the workshop to the ladies, on the day when they try and break you, I'd stand my ground and I'd be able to hold my own, but I'd go home and my partner would say, how was your day today? And I'd go, oh my God, it was horrible. Break down into tears. But eventually I worked out not to take it personally and to separate myself from the situation. I have to say my personal favourite comment of all time was, why don't you take your pretty face back into the office and let us men run the job? And I have to say I saw red on that occasion. But, they're not all bad. I'd like to put some good words out there for stevedores. And we do have a really good bunch of blokes around the country and people who are really willing to make the business work, which is fantastic. So today I'm here to thank all those people, and actually I want to thank all those people who said to me that I couldn't do it, because what an opportunity to say, I told you so. But also they had their part to play in my life and how I got to where I am, because without those people knocking you down, I wouldn't have come out swinging, I think. So thank you to all of those people. I'd also like to obviously thank the people that have blessed me in my life. I've got an amazing support network, my family, my parents, sorry, don't want to get emotional, who are overseas at the moment and couldn't make it, but always said, you know, as a little girl, you can do anything, girls can do anything. And my dad says he became a feminist when he had 2 daughters. So, my brother and my sister, who helped me to hone my conflict negotiation skills at a very young age. My work colleagues and managers who are here today, I'd like to thank Glenn for nominating me, Lee, my manager, Michael, the general manager, Peter and Kaylee for coming along. Thank you very much for your support. And I'd like to thank Tony as well, who's been really a lovely friend of mine. They've all been very supportive of me professionally and personally. And I'd also like to thank my husband Christian, who's my rock, and he's also my biggest fan. All these people have really been the wind in my sails, and I thank you. And I'd also like to thank Telstra and Marie Claire for this award, because it's just an amazing thing that everybody is doing here to recognise young women. Thank you so much.